Hello and welcome back to Best Self Yoga, a practice created for K-12 educators. My name is Lindsay, and I'm a teacher here in Southern Oregon. Best Self Yoga is inspired by the book Teach from Your Best Self, A Teacher's Guide to Thriving in the Classroom, written by my good friend Jay Schroeder. I'm excited to announce that Teach from Your Best Self is now available on audiobook, and I've left the link in the channel description. We're now diving into part two of the book, which focuses on the skills and principles that foster lower effort, higher impact teaching. I'm keeping it. Together, we will embody these approaches and we will reflect on how they resonate both on and off the mat. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, for choosing to take the time to invest in your best self, and for bringing that energy into your classroom, even if just for today. I'll meet you on the mat. Hello, and welcome to our Chapter 11 practice titled Applying Radical Acceptance to Teaching. Our practice today, we're going to start on our feet. If that's not feeling good in your body, go ahead and grab a chair for everything that we're doing standing, or even you can just sit on a couch if you have that available to you. If you're on your feet with me, we're going to go ahead and bring our feet about hip width apart. So imagine drawing a line from your hip bone straight down and that lining up with your big toe on either side, and that should be about hip width apart. We're going to bend our knees just slightly as we lift all 10 of our toes, while at the same time pushing down through all four corners of our feet. Feeling that connection with the earth, with our mat. Go ahead and let your toes fall to your mat while maintaining that connection. We're going to engage our glutes as we inhale, rising up, standing tall, lifting our chest. And as we exhale, rolling our shoulders back, letting our shoulders fall away from our ears. Coming into a strong mountain pose, Tadasana. You can keep your hands where they are, or join me as we inhale and bring this ball of energy up to the crown of our head. And as you exhale, letting those shoulders fall away from your ears. On your next inhale, imagine sending energy into that ball. And imagine with this exhale, filtering out the energy no longer needed through our heart space. One more time. Inhale into that ball. Exhaling out our heart space, letting it be the filter. Bringing our hands down to our skull. Just giving a gentle massage any place where you find the calling for touch. When you feel ready to move on from that, we're going to take our two middle fingers to touch and then just let our hands rest on either side of our skull. Inhaling here.
Exhaling, letting those shoulders fall away from your ears. Maybe using our palms to apply some pressure on each side of our skull. Inhaling here as we squeeze or not. And exhale as you slowly let your hands start dragging down the sides of your face. Enjoying the slow assistance and releasing the tension in your face. When your thumbs make it to your jaw, maybe opening your hands wide and letting your thumbs trace down both sides of your jaw. Maybe taking your thumb and massaging that space right behind your chin, letting your tongue relax on the roof of your mouth. Inhaling as we roll our shoulders up, exhaling as we let them fall back. Letting your face relax. Maybe joining me in some horsey lip action. Joining me and turning the corners of your mouth up ever so slightly. Applying radical acceptance to our bodies. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly bend our knees as we inhale and reach for the sky. Coming into an extended mountain pose. Exhale, letting your shoulders fall away from your ears. On your next inhale, go ahead and take your gaze up towards the sky. And as you exhale, taking those arms nice and wide, allowing them just to fall to the side. We're going to take some shoulder rolls. You're in charge. Which direction, which arm? Whatever's feeling good for you now. So I joined the Teach from Your Best Self program in June of 2022. Shout out to Andrea Royce for introducing me. This was a time in my life when I was learning how to turn towards acceptance with my mind, my body, and my spirit, with all of me. Moving those legs a little bit, finding Tadasana. Gonna inhale here. And as we exhale, we're gonna bring our left ear to our left shoulder. Enjoying that stretch along the right side of our neck. During that week-long intensive, Jay brought up applying radical acceptance to teaching, and I was struck by what the universe had provided me. Inhaling back to center. And on your next exhale, we're going to take the right ear over the right shoulder. I remember feeling like I was meant to be in that space. I was meant to be hearing these words. On your next inhale, we're going to bring our head back to center. And as you exhale, lowering your chin towards your chest. On page 81, Jay writes, "Instead of resisting my students, I accepted them, joining with them to help them learn however they showed up." Yes. Choosing acceptance. We're going to gently bend our knees as we inhale, reaching for the sky. Coming into extended mountain pose. And as you exhale, letting those shoulders fall away from your ears, creating some space, tucking that tailbone under, pulling your navel in towards your spine. At this same time, I was participating in a program at Southern Oregon DBT Center. And there I learned that rejecting reality only turns pain into suffering. Inhale to look up towards the sky. Exhale to slowly fold all the way down, nice and slow. Melting towards the earth, bending those knees. If you are standing and you think this might feel better seated, you can come to that couch or chair and do the same thing, surrendering the weight of your shoulders and head, your face. I know I'm rejecting reality when I'm attempting to control the future, when I find myself getting in my own way, not accepting and flowing. We're going to slowly inhale as we roll up one vertebrae at a time. I've mentioned before, I like to drag my fingertips up the midlines of my legs to help slow me down. And when you get to the top, if it feels good, reaching up high towards the sky. Exhaling, letting those shoulders fall away from your ears. Extended mountain pose. We're going to take this right hand and place it around our left wrist as we inhale, reaching for the sky. And exhale, tilting with the side body stretch to the right hand side. Maybe on your next inhale, extending this stretch by stepping this left foot back behind the right. Rejecting reality only feeds stress in our lives. Inhaling to straighten that spine, coming back to that extended mountain pose. Letting those shoulders fall away from our ears. Taking this left hand now around that right wrist. Inhaling to look up. And exhaling, tilting to the left this time. Enjoying the stretch down our right side body. Maybe with your next inhale, stepping that right foot back. And what I've found is that accepting reality is the cure to all that accumulated stress in life. Inhaling to straighten that spine. Step those legs up together if they weren't together. Bringing our arms down towards our side. We're going to bring our arms across our chest. Shout out to P90X. I think I got to P63. But I always loved this. Crossing one arm over the other, kind of slapping your back, shaking those arms out. We're going to come into that extended mountain one more time. Inhale. As we exhale, letting those shoulders fall away from our ears. This time, we're going to step our feet out, letting our toes point towards the top corners of our mat. Bending those knees ever so slightly as you engage your glutes and tuck that tailbone under. Inhaling to straighten your legs, slight bend in those knees. Exhaling to take those arms out a little bit wider. Dropping those shoulders. Coming in to star pose. Acceptance not only reduces stress and suffering, but it also allows us to practice willingness. Nice big inhale as we bend our knees to send energy out the four corners of our body. And then exhale as we slowly bend our knees and elbows and melt down towards the earth. Bringing those heels towards the back side of our mat to make our feet parallel. Coming into this wide-legged forward fold. You can adjust the width of your feet to find comfort and stability in your foundation. As you turn your palms up towards the sky, letting our shoulders get heavy. Moving our head slightly left and right, back and forth. Releasing our crown towards the earth. Being willing to act with the awareness that we are all connected. Inhaling to turn those palms over, bending those knees as we just heel toe our feet back to about hip width apart. And we're going to slowly roll up back to this mountain pose, taking our times as we go, enjoying the journey. Maybe this time as we come up, we make big circles with our arms. Coming into Tadasana. Our theme for today is surrender, accepting reality with our bodies. Earlier, we started with relaxing our face. We're going to try to do the same now. If you need to use your hands as guidance or assistance, please do. Maybe horsey lip. Relaxing the jaw. And then turning the corners of your mouth up like a little Mona Lisa smile. Inhale to roll your shoulders up. And exhale to let them fall back as your hands fall to your sides. Thumbs are pointing out to the left and right. Fingertips are pointing down towards the earth. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, letting our fingertips bend, maybe our elbows bend ever so slightly, letting our shoulders just fall away from our ears. Surrendering control to whatever is so in this moment. By letting go of what should be, we create space for what is. And from this space, if your eyes are closed, maybe opening them ever so slightly or not, as we make our way to the top of the mat. With this release, there might come sadness or grief. That makes sense. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, slowly forward fold. Bending those knees as much as feels good today in your body. Letting the palms of your hands shine up towards the sky, while the crown of your head melts towards the earth. Those feelings of grief are the road to acceptance. Surrender. We're going to inhale to flip the palms towards our mat, stepping the left foot back and then the right foot. Bringing those knees together, our feet together, maybe dragging our palms back behind us, inhaling as we lift our chest. Exhaling as we just round over the tops of our legs, letting our shoulders come around our knees and melt towards the earth. Palms up towards the sky. Child's pose. Maybe repeating to yourself, I accept, I am willing, I surrender. On your next inhale, slowly lifting your head to look forward. Reverse dragging those hands up to plant your palms, coming onto your knees, shaking those hips a little left and right. Coming into our tabletop position, bringing those wrists right underneath our shoulders, our knees just underneath our hips, pushing into the tops of our feet. Just flattening our back by rounding that tailbone ever so slightly. Tabletop position. With your next inhale, we're going to lower our navel towards our mat. Coming into cow pose. Thinking strong foundation. As we release and surrender our navel down towards the earth. On your next exhale, rounding through, pulling that navel in towards your spine, spine up towards the sky, crown of your head coming towards your mat, tucking that tailbone under, coming into a cat pose. Strong foundation. Surrendering in your face, in the crown of your head. Enjoying that stretch in your shoulders. And with your own breath, moving through some cat-cows. Staying in this willing space. Open to what is. Coming back to that tabletop position. We're going to drop our elbows where our hands are. And then we're going to bring our hands together, bringing the crown of our head towards our mat, coming into this dolphin pose on our knees. Pushing into our arms, enjoying that stretch in our neck and upper shoulders, pushing into the tops of our feet. Our hips are above our knees in line. next inhale, looking forward. As you exhale, planting those palms, coming back up to table. Just as a transition, we're going to take our knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, sending that tailbone to your feet, coming into an extended child's pose. Melting into the earth. Surrendering to a power greater than yourself. And when you're ready, inhaling to look forward. Exhaling to slide those palms back towards you as we bring our knees back in line with our hips. Shaking those hips a little left to right. Coming to our tabletop. We're going to inhale, use this left hand to reach for the sky. And as we exhale, threading the needle, taking that left arm underneath the right as we rest our left shoulder and our left ear on our mat. Still pushing into the tops of our feet, using this right arm to help us find that sweet spot. And when you find it, take a nice inhale. And exhale, melting into that left shoulder. No pain. On your next inhale, planting that right palm as we inhale and unwind. Bringing that left palm to the mat. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side now. So coming into that tabletop position, inhaling, reaching to the sky with that right arm. Exhaling, bringing that right arm under the left, threading the needle, bringing our ear towards the mat, finding our foundation. Inhaling into that shoulder and exhaling, surrendering in. On your next inhale, planting into that left palm, rising up to unwind, meeting in tabletop position. We're going to drop our elbows where our hands are one more time, bringing our palms together to touch, dropping the crown of our head towards our mat, coming into this dolphin pose. Option this time to curl the toes under and bring the tailbone up towards the sky. While dropping those heels down towards your mat, but maintaining that nice space. Creating space between your shoulders and ears. On your next exhale, slowly letting those knees drop towards your mat, bringing your arms parallel as we slide down into a Sphinx pose. In Sphinx, we have our elbows under our shoulders. Our forearms are parallel. We're going to tuck our tailbone under, pushing into the tops of our feet. A lift in our chest. Inhaling to accentuate that lift. And as you exhale, slowly roll down each rib like a slow motion wave, bringing your forehead to your mat as you slide your hands underneath your shoulders, pulling your elbows back to create that space between your ears and your shoulders, pushing into the tops of your feet. On your next inhale, we're going to rise up to a baby cobra. Inhale. And exhale. Forehead to your mat. 2 more times with your breath. Now we're going to curl those toes under and slowly make our way to our first, our final, our only down dog of the practice. Enjoy it. Pedal it out here. That feels good. And when you feel ready, we're going to find stillness for 5 breaths. An invitation to bring your big toes to touch. Pulling your navel in towards your spine. Tailbone towards the sky. Letting those heels get heavy. Keeping that space nice and open between your ears and your shoulders. One more nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, slow surrender to our knees, our elbows, and all the way down to our bellies. Shaking those hips a little left to right, making a nice pillow for our forehead. Bringing those big toes into touch, heels going out towards the long sides of your mat. Continuing to be mindful of the space between your shoulders and your ears. Letting go. We're going to inhale to lift our left leg up into this half frog, just as a transition. Flexing that left foot. On your next inhale, you're going to lift your head to look forward, Taking this right arm, thinking thread the needle as we come into a twist from the opposite direction. You can let this left foot relax now that we're in the twist. Nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, surrender. On your next inhale, slowly moving this left arm back over to the left side of your body, straightening your left leg, coming back to that rest position. This time we're going to take our hands, and instead of using them as a pillow, we're going to turn our palms up, resting on our right side, letting our shoulders get heavy, palms up, the soles of our feet up, willing, accepting. We're going to slowly inhale to bring this right leg to a 90-degree angle. And at the same time, bringing our hands up towards the top of our mat. Flexing that right foot as we go through this transition. On your next inhale, bringing your gaze up to the top of your mat as you bring the left arm, threading the needle, coming through to a twist on the other side. Nice big inhale, and as you exhale, letting go. Making space for what is. On your next exhale, we're going to actually unwind by bringing this right hip towards the earth, the right leg coming onto our back, centering if you need to, like I did. Bringing those knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug and just rocking back and forth, massaging that lower back. And when you feel ready, finding stillness, relaxing those feet and toes. We're going to slide our hands to the tops of our knees, and with our breath, inhale, making big circles with our knees, toes stay touching. And as you bring your knees back together, exhaling, pulling them in towards your chest. 2 more times. Inhale. Keeping this right knee in, we're going to extend that left leg. And as you exhale, letting this right knee fall towards that right shoulder, letting our feet be loose and dangle. On your next inhale, taking this right foot across our left leg as we bend our left leg, coming into a reclined pigeon pose. Flexing our feet here. On your next inhale, we're going to bring this right leg up and over, extending that right leg as we pull the left knee in towards our chest. And as you exhale, let that left knee fall towards the left shoulder, relaxing those toes. Inhaling to bend the right knee, bringing the left leg across the right. Recline pigeon on the other side, flexing both your feet to protect your knees. Inhaling to bring that left leg up and over, knees in towards your chest as you exhale, bringing your knee or your nose towards your knee. Maybe grabbing those big toes with your pointer fingers. As you exhale, bringing your head back down towards your mat. Bringing your elbows inside of your knees, coming into this very loose, happy baby pose. Letting your tailbone melt down towards the earth. I'm radically accepting right now that I feel upside down on my mat. When you're ready, bringing your heels to touch, maybe your feet coming in line with this reclined butterfly or diamond shape, whatever is happening with you. Inhaling, and as you exhale, bringing those knees back together, letting your hands rest on your knees, letting the weight of your knees shift into your hands while your hands balance by pulling the weight back towards your shoulders, letting your feet be dangly and relaxed. Inhaling here. Exhaling to slowly release your legs, or your feet towards the mat. Bringing your feet as wide as the mat, letting your knees fall into touch. Maybe placing your right hand just below your belly button, your left hand on your heart space. Inhaling to bring your knees apart. Exhaling, coming into this full body stretch. Taking some breaths here and whatever movement feels good. And when you're ready, turning those palms up towards the sky, walking those shoulder blades in towards your spine, letting your feet relax. Shavasana. Maybe doing one last horsey lips if your heart desires. Surrendering into your mat. In Sanskrit, Chit is pure universal consciousness. Chitta is the individual expression of that consciousness in each of us. Inhaling a deep breath into that heart space. Slowly exhaling, imagining your consciousness melting into the Chit. Surrendering into something greater than yourself. Ultimately, the most important thing for us to accept is ourselves, and to guide young people to do the same. If you have about 5 to 10 more minutes to enjoy this Shavasana, please do. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.